Alright, let's go see how this goes. Let's go today. Breaking out the City Connect jerseys too. Hey, by the way, Rex, I've got this crosshair on my monitor that I don't know how it got how it got on there. I don't know how to get rid of it. It's on my PC, not my PlayStation. Yeah. I don't know how it got there, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I sent you a photo of it in Discord DM.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, Singh, it's been pretty remarkable to see what this lineup has been able to do lately. They're putting on a clinic at the plate.
No doubt, Boog. Impressive performances 1 through 9. Unlike opposing pitchers, I'm looking forward to seeing another show today.
That home run for me in 30 is what I'm trying to work on.
First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Taj Bradley. What should we keep an eye on here?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
All right, ready to get underway. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And that misses. And we are underway. On the ground to third. The throw to first. They get the out on Acuna. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Michael Harris II.
Boogie was 5 for 5 in his last game. You talk about dialed in at the plate. That's exactly where he was at. It just seemed like he couldn't miss. You go 5 for 5, you look at a guy coming out and saying he can go 6 for 6, 7 for 7, maybe even as much as 10 for 10.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Harris with an impressive 5-hit performance in his last game. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Here's Marcelo Zuna right through there for a strike.
One and one.
What is it? What is that?
And a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty.
Hey, Nano.
Hard ground ball, base knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Matt Olson up to the plate. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Struck him out looking.
Not bad besides the single. But
And now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ballgame. You're dialed into the show. Back now in Tampa Bay. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Spencer Schwellenbach. What do you have on him, Chris?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Bottom of the first. Now for Tampa Bay, Josh Lowe. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. That one missing inside. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Arcia sizing this one
all
up.
right.
1 away. All right, let's take a look at the Rays lineup. And stepping in for the Rays, Ha-Sung Kim. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Foul ball. One out, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One down, base is empty. A swing and a soft liner. Pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Yeah, reaching for stuff isn't a good way to.
Brandon Lowe.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Good job catching it, you two.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Harris hauls it in to end the inning. Scoreless after one. Top of the second, now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Riley used to be a pitcher back in the day, Boog. In fact, fans used to give him a hard time in his rookie ball days because he started the season with a long slump. He'd get messages questioning if he should go back to pitching, but turns out he made the right choice. He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Strike two. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
That's a hit, and a good start to the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Profar climbs in on that left side. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. Profar gets a piece there. Profar measures 6 feet even, 185 pounds, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Riley gets his lead at first with nobody out. That's outside, and it's 1-1. And that is out of play. That misses, and it's 2-2.
Oh.
The pitch. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, he just had no answer for that hard inside fastball right there. Just blew it
Oh,
by
yeah.
him. And not every pitcher likes working inside.
I don't want you to get in trouble while you're at work either, though.
Batter and waste an opportunity to put him away. But if you can locate that fastball just like he did, most hitters aren't looking for it, and it becomes very difficult to get a piece of.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Nope,
First
outside.
pitch misses. In the air out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that
Did I miss
bat
a
being on
Cunha?
plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Runners are at the corners, 1 away. And it's even up.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and third, one down. There goes the runner. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Chadwick Trump in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Runners at the corners, one away. Here at the top of the second. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Headed towards the corner, and that's a foul ball.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Chisholm under it. He's got it. Runner tags for home. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and he scores. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Chadwick Trump. And that's in there for strike 1. Just missed. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the third out. The inning is over. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Braves 1, the Rays nothing. And we're back. So now it's Nolan Arenado. Schwellenbach back to work. That one catches the zone, and that is strike 1.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
That one ripped, and no one can get there. Around first and hustling for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Here's Nolan Gorman. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Runner at second, nobody out. Look out!
Ow.
And it hit him. Jorge Soler up at the plate. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
And fouled off. Now 1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
And there's a ball.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. See you
Finally!
later.
I've been wanting to do that
His
so bad.
first homer of the year, and the Rays take the lead. It's 3-1.
There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
So up next, Jazz Chisholm Jr. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Nobody out with 3 runs in already.
Knew it was in there
this frame.
somewhere.
Bottom half of inning number 2. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And ball 1.
2
I
strikes.
don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Swing and a miss, and he got him.
Appreciate
And that's
that.
the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
And now the catcher for the Rays, Gabriel Moreno. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase. Throw to first. Out on the drop, third strike. 2 gone.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Curtis Mead stands in now and watches strike 1. Two down, nobody on. And that's way high. And the count is 1-1. The sliding play at short. Over to first. And they get the out. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game.
Hopefully that's more to come, man.
Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers.
Yeah, there's Acuna right there. He's your leadoff guy.
First offering misses badly for ball 1.
So, Boog, here's an interesting fact about Acuna. He has the most home runs at Truist Park. He passed Freddie Freeman for the top spot in 2023, and I think he might hold that record for a while.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Got got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Just dropped it in there on the top of the strike zone. Certainly not what he was trying to do with that curveball by any means, but at the plate, you can tell he wasn't expecting it either. I'd say he got away with a big-time hanger on that one.
Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. And first offering is fouled off. To the right side. And he handles it himself for the out. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And another ball.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Two outs. Up the middle. Oh, he gloves it. Gathers and throws. And that's a nice play to end the inning.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Set for the bottom of the third. Now, Josh Lowe. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. That one the other way. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And now here is Ha-Sung Kim. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike.
Safe.
Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. That one's upstairs, ball one. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That K is his third of the game.
Well, that split caught a lot of the zone. Definitely a hittable pitch, but coming off the fastball the pitch before, it's kind of tough to recognize. You notice there's something different about it. He threw it with the same arm action, same release point, and he left it up. But the movement and the change of speeds, that was enough to do the job.
Brandon Lau digs in now. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball one. Low over at second, one down. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Man at second. In the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one
2-2
missed.
the count.
And that's a base hit. Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only one out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than
Got a
that.
chance to add
Really
on
good
here.
swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Nolan Arenado next to hit for the Rays. Fastball for a strike at 95.
0-1.
Just missed.
This is a situation where the hitter is
I
looking
just
for
hope it's
something
not
up in the
another-
zone that he can get his arms extended.
that long
What you have to be
between
careful
the next
of is
one.
that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Pitch gets away. And
Hey.
a close play at the plate, and that scores a run on the wild pitch.
Runner's got to be
That's
happy to
getting
be
the run the
crossing
hard way
dish
there.
right there. Easy decision to head home when you see the ball get that far away from the catcher.
One out and a runner at second. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's to third. Throw on to Olsen, and they get Arenado for the out.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Nolan Gorman next to hit for the Rays. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit
You
hard.
just say.
Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
0-2 is the
He
count.
finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And now
Well, that's off the
1
plate.
and 2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The next
Nope.
offering misses. And the count's even at 2.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed. Curveball struck him out.
Waited too long
So they
there.
pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 3 innings complete. It's the Rays 4 and the Braves 1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Matt Olson down.
This is a guy that really has the ability to be more than just a slugger and a home run hitter, but to hit for average, to get on base, and to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
Popped up on the left side of the infield. Arenado under this one. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Here is Austin Riley. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Riley was a kid in high school that was scouted by most teams as a pitcher. In fact, 95% of the teams wanted him as a pitcher. And I actually asked him, were you interested in being drafted as a pitcher? And he told me directly, no, I hated it. My arm hurt all the time. Swings through that one for strike one.
1-1.
The Rays leading by 3, top half of inning number 4. Swing and a ball popped up. Gorman makes the grab. 2 down. Now batting Jurickson Profar. He's 0 for 1. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 1. Stays alive. This one in the air. Moreno should have this one. Makes the catch. And that is that. Braves are set down 1-2-3. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Back here at Tropicana Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the left fielder, Jorge Soler. Ball 1, no strikes. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Dylan Lee getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Bummer warming up as well. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Spencer Schwellenbach. Done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Here comes the new arm for the Braves, Dylan Lee.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing team did that to me.
And now Jazz Chisholm Jr. went down on strikes his first time through. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Soler leads off second with nobody out.
Ball 2.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Ball 3.
And there's the automatic. late with the swing there.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Man at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
It wasn't
Took
even
his chance
close.
at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Gabriel Moreno. He's 0 for 1. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
He's looking for a strikeout or a ball on the ground for a double play to sort of calm this situation down.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Off the mark there.
Inside.
And a count 2-1. Slapped foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Curtis Mead next to hit for the Rays. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a foul out of play. On the ground to short, could be 2. Arcia to second, and that's 2. So they work around to lead off double. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Rays 4 and the Braves 1. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now it's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Albies, 28 years old, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Good piece of hitting, going the other way with that pitch to beat the shift. You know, not a lot of guys are willing to do that, even with the shift on, because they're looking to pull the ball with authority. But it's a pretty easy hit if you want it.
Hey, DC.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Orlando Arcia. Slice the other way and foul.
You know, these Braves just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Man at second. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And next for Atlanta, Chadwick Tromp. Grounded out his first
It's
time
in
up.
play. It doesn't really affect much, honestly.
High fly ball, and that one
The only
curling
reason
foul
I ever-
down the right side.
I ever get affected by it is if I'm like distracted with something and I'm not paying attention, then I'll get called for it. But other than that, it's been a non-factor.
Just missed. Runner at second here, one gone. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr., the next to hit. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Acuna doesn't have any home runs or RBIs yet.
Next offering is in for a strike. On the ground to third. And foul ball. Man on second, 2 down. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Braves strand 1, and they trail it 4-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now at the plate, Josh Lowe. Lee back to work. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Rays really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Next offering is down low. That's to third. Nice grab. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Cat-like reflexes on that one. Makes the dive, has to get up. Clean exchange to throw a strike across the diamond. And what a tremendous play.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Ha-Sung Kim. 0 for 2 in this one. That clips the corner.
0-1's the count.
Hard hit, right side. Albies over to first in time. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. 2 down, bases empty. Brandon Lau next to hit for the Rays. 1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
2 down, nobody on. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
I had no business swinging at
You got
that.
to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to.
Now a blast to left center. Way back there. On its way. Out of here. He made him pay for that one. 3rd home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 5-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Here's Nolan Arenado.
I got it back, man. That's 2 in this game so far.
This one chopped to first, and that's just foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will end the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 5-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Top of the 6th inning. Leading off, Michael Harris II. And it's fouled away. Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Harris gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Coming home. He'll score.
Well done. Drives in the run. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Here comes Austin Riley. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
One out and a runner at second, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Hit in the air, center field. Chisholm settles underneath it, drops into the glove. That's out number 2. Here's Profar down. Top of the zone for a called strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And that's with the swing. It's a strikeout. The Braves add 1 on the RBI double. It's now 5-2. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Aaron Bummer.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And stepping in for the Rays, Nolan Gorman.
That ad's coming up here, so I'm going to let him go ahead and play, and I will be back on the other side. We're back.
There's a strike. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
1-1.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one
2
in the
balls,
dirt.
2
2 and
strikes.
2. And that's a strikeout. Mike Fillmore says he won a round.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Jorge Soler. And he had a big swing at the bat early on in the ballgame.
Yep, a 3-run rocket back in the second. Even though it was early, a big homer like that can be tough to come back from when you're on the other end of that thing. I mean, it's tough. Sets up an uphill battle the rest of the way.
And now maybe extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today.
Wastes no time there. Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift onto the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
One out, runner at second. Chisholm getting ready to hit. And delivers
plate,
outside.
ball 1.
And another ball.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
Right down the chute. Strike 1. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Soler leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. And that one hammered. That's back. And
Oh, let's just do 3.
And they throw a pair on the board. It's 7-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's an incredible job of letting that breaking ball get deep, trusting your hands, and driving it out the other way. That's how you practice it in the cage. Incredible when you can translate it into the ball game.
Now here is Gabriel Moreno, and that's off the inside edge, and that is ball 1. Bomber deals, and that's fouled off. Two runs across in the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. And that is downstairs. 2-1.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
And a foul ball. On the ground, Riley tosses to first, and there's 2 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Next is the designated hitter, Curtis Mead. Just missed.
1-0.
And a base hit up the middle. And that turns the lineup over.
Just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
In the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Out to short, Arcia. They take the force out, and that is that. The Rays with a 2-run homer. It's 7-2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Drew Rasmussen.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Right through there for a strike. And that one pulled foul. Foul ball, still 0-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. To the right side, and foul ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. First offering, and it just misses. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. The shortstop takes a ball. In there at the knees for a strike. That one fouled off, 2-2. This one in the air. Lau hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And here is Chadwick Tromp. Edge of the zone, called a strike. 0-1. And that's strike 2.
0-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Rays 7 and the Braves 2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Number 63.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Kim,
Nope,
the
that's a
leadoff
ball.
batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Next one
That's ball
misses. Yeah, that's ball 2. Just
Ball 3.
missed. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Next offering is in for a strike. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
The count's full.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Close pitch there.
And I've added a couple more home runs in the process. While you were away, so
You've got to get out of the inning first.
I've gotten 3 so far.
If you be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
Lau at the plate now. That's ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one.
All right, well, there's 4.
It's gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a couple more. It's 9-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Here's Nolan Arenado. 1 for 3. And that's in for a strike. That missed by a lot, and it's 1-1. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here at the bottom of the 7th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Nolan Gorman. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Back foot slider ties him up, struck him out.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Soler in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
This one in the dirt.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And that drops foul. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. They get it in quickly. So 1st and 2nd now, 1 out.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Number 63 departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Pierce Johnson comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
One down, and stepping in for the Rays, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch misses. That one pushed to the left and foul. Arenado over at second. Soler over at first with one away. Swings through it for the K. Well done behind the dish.
Well, he clearly didn't recognize that curveball out of the hand and tried to check the swing, just went around too far, and you're hoping the umpire maybe missed it and they bail you out.
Moreno stands in now and watches strike one. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Joe Jimenez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. 2 on 2 outs. Swing and a foul straight back. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Ground ball to the right side. Takes it himself. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. The Rays with a 2-run homer. And it's now a 9-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, let's rewind for a second. When you heard that they were going to put a pitch clock into the game, what was your first thought?
Well, I thought that these guys were going to have a very difficult time to be able to regroup after each pitch and be ready to execute some type of plan at the plate, and even for pitchers on the mound.
One of the things, though, that we've seen that is kind of a thread really in every sport.
Nope.
These are the elite players, and so they adjust, and they've done a great job adjusting.
Absolutely, and just you tip your cap to these guys because not an easy adjustment, but they look like they've been doing it their entire lives.
Next offering is downstairs. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. His first homer of the year. It's 9-3. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. He's just too good of a hitter at the plate. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Michael Harris II now at the plate. That one in there
I
across the
can't fuss
letters.
too much about that.
Rasmussen, a righty that throws with power. 29 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2018. Harris checks his swing. Appeal down to third. No swing. Kenny Jansen with the call. Swing and a foul straight back.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Clobbered to right field, way back, gone.
I might have to if I keep doing that, though.
And they cut into the lead. It's 9-4. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So digging in, Marcelo Zuna. Clips the outside corner. It's 0-1. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning, and we're in the top of the 8th. Fouled off left side. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Here's Matt Olson. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Soler getting an angle on it. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Here is Austin Riley. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Cut on and lifted in the air. Soler makes the catch. Inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 9-4. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Joe Jimenez.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now the DH, Curtis Mead. That one's
Ball that
upstairs, ball one. Next pitch is downstairs. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. That one to first. He'll do it himself. One up, one down.
Good late life on that inside fastball. Ran in on the hands and got that weak contact. Little slow grounder to get the out.
Josh Lowe next to hit for the Rays. There's a strike. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Raisel Iglesias preparing to come on if needed. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
Man, it's so difficult as a hitter to get on plane with that pitch. It's breaking down and in, and you've got to find a way to match the plane. And if it's nasty like that one, bite at the end, most times you're swinging over the top and walking back to the dugout.
Ripped, but it curls foul.
Well, he got a first pitch breaking ball right there that he clearly liked the look of. Just needed to let it travel a little longer.
That's a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. So up next, Brandon Loud.
Yoko.
First pitch just misses. Kim off of first with 2 away.
That's a ball.
How you doing?
Smoke to right center, and this one's going to go out of here. And he's gone yard again. That's his 3rd home run of the game. It's 11-4. Singing, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one.
Look what I found.
He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
So 2 down. Here's Nolan Arenado. First pitch, and he just misses.
Not just 1, but 5 so far.
Two outs.
Yeah.
And
That's
it
a
is
ball.
2-1.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
To third, Riley zips it to first,
Yeah.
and that is the third
Let's
out
wrap
of the
this
inning.
game up.
The Rays with a 2-run homer. Last chance coming up here for the Braves. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Edwin Uceta.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's the switch hitting left fielder Jurickson Profar. 0 for 3 in this one. Right through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And that one is lifted in the air. Soler gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. And first offering is fouled off. The Rays up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Yeah. Came to see a show, that's for sure.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swings and misses.
All right.
And they're down to their last out.
One more to get.
Become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it throw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back.
Lifted to left, and that should do it. And he'll make the catch. Ball game. And the Rays take the series opener here at home.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
man, that was a relief. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna call it here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.